works. Think about when you're running late somewhere. The closer it gets to the time of the deadline for that appointment, what happens to your emotions? You're driving in a car. Come on, stupid people, why are you in the fast lane? Get out of the way. Come on, right? Emotions increase when you're running late. It happened to you coming to church probably today. You're sitting at the house and someone is running late. And what are you doing? Let's go, hurry up. We got to miss church. We got to go worship God. You people make me sick. We're going to miss the best part, the music, man. Driving in the car. I can't believe he's like, I told you should get ready early. I'm always going to miss worship, man. You get here. You are beautiful. I ain't talking to you. You think I've been at your house, huh? I know exactly what you're doing. Some of y'all live with such a marginless life that, you know, the last song starts and you're gonna get out of here. Everybody smile. We got to get our priorities right. Our emotions get out of order. Our relationships get out of order. You can't have healthy relationships when there's no margin in your life. Yeah, emotions are high, but it's just like what was happening here. Look at Martha. She was like, Jesus, tell Mary to get here. Help me by myself. She'll never help me. They're sisters. Yeah. I'm doing all the work. I'm cleaning the house. I'm doing the dishes. You sitting over there doing nothing, watching TV. Come on, isn't that what happens when stress is high and there's no margin in your life? You're like, I'm doing everything by myself, and you trying to do it all yourself because we don't have any margin. How do you have healthy relationships in situations like that? Come on, y'all know it's true, right? And none of y'all are looking holy today. Y'all should see your faces right now. You're like, it's true. And it's not even just that our emotions go high, so it causes tension in our relationships, but you're with the family and you're not with the family. You're there, but you're not there. Cole, you know what I'm talking about, right? You're at the dinner table and everybody's there, but you're thinking about something else. It happens to me all the time. I wish I could stand up here and preach it and I didn't have to live this stuff, but it messes with me too. I can't tell you how many times I've been in a soccer field or some event on Saturdays and I'm there, but I ain't there, I'm here. So I'm thinking of church.
I see a baby fish run like scaredy cats.
I'm there. I'm not there. I'm here. You think your kids don't know that? You think your spouse doesn't know that? You think your family doesn't know that? It's hard to have healthy relationships when there's no margin in your life. Not only your relationship with others, but your relationship with God suffers. Your relationship with God, it suffers as well. We were out to eat dinner the other day, and we were going into this restaurant, and we don't let our kids bring their iPods and the game systems to dinner with us because we can talk and hang out. Well, I got a new toy for Christmas. I got an iPad, right? So I was trying to sneak it in. Amy said, "You ain't bringing that in here." I said, "Oh yes, I am. I'm the man of this house. I make the decisions around here. I say what goes on around here." So I left it in the car and went in the restaurant. That's right. I did what was right. Yeah, I didn't want to. I had a bad attitude. I want to tell you, I'm just trying to set things up. It's going to help us out around the house. But she didn't buy that either. So we're sitting there, and there's a family just a few tables down, and they're together. They're there, but they're not there. They're all on their phone and doing stuff, You know one of them's on Twitter, having a nice dinner with my family. You ain't having a nice dinner with your family. Put your Twitter down. Quit playing with your Twitter. You know what I'm saying? Don't tweet that. Pastor Randy said, don't play with your Twitter. Don't put this service online. I'm going to tell you right now, this ain't going to be ain't happening. But our relationship with God suffers too. When I'm eating dinner or whatever in the stores, I run into people. And I see them, and I haven't seen them at church in a while. You all say, get nervous, and they start twitching, and they, I hadn't seen you in a while. Yeah, right. And they're trying to hide, or, I'm sorry, I just got real. busy.
Out to the dock, it's raging water.
Our relationship with God suffers too. We get so much stuff going on in our lives. We don't have any margin. Our relationship with God suffers. And I've never known anybody in their relationship with God to go, you know what, I made a decision to go out and investigate God, and I found out He wasn't real. And that's why I quit going to church. Because no, they got too busy. Healthy relationships with God and with others happen when there's margin in our lives. And we choose to live this marginless life because society tells us more. And honestly, there is this stream. I don't know if our culture has always been like this or if it's just now. I mean, they even sell us stuff. You know, you get an iPad and get all these things. So it makes your life easier. It doesn't. It just makes you busier, you know? And there's this society, this thing of doing more and more because I don't want to get left behind in my career, so I've got to do more and more certification. I gotta say yes to all these projects and all these things because if other people do it, I get left behind and then I won't get that deal or get that promotion. And so I gotta do and achieve and strive, and it's all about everything that I must do so that I can stay and keep up with everybody else and what's happening in our society, and it's up to me to do. And single people fall into this trap. You're like, well, you know, if I'm single, I gotta hang out with people and do stuff because if my schedule's empty, I look lame. So, you know, I gotta have stuff to do so I look cool and people want to hang out with me. And we think financially, I don't want to fall behind, so I've got to, you know, get involved in these things that seem like great opportunities. That's what happened to us with the housing in this economy, in this community, and in this nation. Mortgage what we have to get something better and mortgage it to the hill because the more I rent a bigger house, I need that. I'm going, and all of a sudden it just crumbles and we're all left without margin. What would our life have been like if we would have lived with margin and not trying to keep up with everybody else? We'll probably be a lot different than we are now. I mean, it's just the reality of what it is. And I don't believe that our life is biblical or that it's even healthy for us to sustain the pace of life and what everybody in this society says we should be doing. The secret to it is margin. Let me give you one of my core values, right? About being successful in life. And as I tell you what it is, you'll go, oh, I see Bayside, you know, living like this and doing these things. And it's about being successful. Success is knowing what to say yes to. Absolutely. It's knowing what God has called you to do and who you are and saying yes to that and saying no to everything else. Martha was distracted by many things. Mary chose what was better. So making better choices. Saying yes to what's better, not just to what's available. Bayside, more than anything else, that's what I want us to do. I want us to say yes to the right thing. You know why we really don't? Here's the bottom line. Why we say yes to too much stuff. Because we don't trust God. We think it's up to us. I have to do this and have to do that, and I've got to strive here and achieve this, and it's doing, because we're not trusting God. Listen, God created us as human beings, not human doings. Mary understood she was a human being in right relationship with Christ. Martha was distracted with doing. The secret to margin, guys, is right relationship with God. I mean, it's just the bottom line. We get just too busy doing things that don't really matter. Our society tells us that. You know, we think, well, I've got to get more stuff and acquire more things because that's how I show love to my family by the things that we have and the things that we do. We're human beings, being with our family, being in right relationship with God, not human doings. And when we do schedule things, I know many parents or moms that I wished I had more time for myself, and then you schedule something for yourself just for you, and then you feel guilty. Because our society says, do. And God is saying, just be. Matthew 6:33, Jesus said, seek me first. Everything else takes care of itself. Be in right relationship with me, and everything takes care of itself. Can we do all those things? Absolutely. Look at this verse in Corinthians. It says, we are allowed to do anything. Everything is permissible.